Good morning, everyone. This is Himesh Mistry with my colleague Ajit Pandit. We are iOS app developers and we welcome you all to the Mindbowser's Learning Saturday webinar. Here we'll learn about different technologies so that we can get knowledge and stay up to date. So it is our pleasure to introduce you to the Twilio SDK. Twilio is a cloud communication platform that enables developers to easily integrate messaging, voice, and video into their applications. With the Twilio SDK, developers can quickly add messaging and voice capabilities to their apps. The Twilio SDK provides a comprehensive set of APIs and client libraries that allows developers to create quickly and easily communication capabilities into their apps. These APIs and client libraries are designed to be simple to use yet powerful enough to meet the needs of even the most complex applications. One of the key benefits of the Twilio SDK is that it allows developers to add real-time communication capabilities into their apps with just a few lines of code. With Twilio, developers can create engaging and interactive experiences that keeps users coming back for more. Twilio SDK is also highly scalable, meaning that it can handle millions of messages, calls per day without any issues. This makes it an ideal solution for developers who are building apps that need to support a large user base. Overall, the Twilio SDK is an essential tool for any developer who wants to build messaging and voice capabilities into their app. It provides an easy to use and highly scalable solution that can help developers create engaging and interactive experiences for their users. So if you are a developer who wants to add messaging and voice capabilities to your app, I highly recommend that you check out the Twilio SDK. It's an excellent solution that helps you create a truly exceptional app. Today, we'll be covering all these topics. If you have any questions, please feel free to add it into the Q&A box. After we finish with the presentation, we'll get back to it. So, Twilio is a cloud communication platform that allows developers to build and integrate communication capabilities into their apps, websites, and software systems. It provides APIs for sending and receiving text messages, voice calls, video calls, and other form of communication. Using Twilio, developers can easily integrate features such as two-factor authentication, messaging, voice capabilities, and contact center solutions into their apps. Twilio also provides a programmable wireless and Internet of Things connectivity, enabling developers to connect and manage devices over cellular networks. Twilio platform is used by businesses of all sizes, from startups to large enterprises, to improve customer engagement and streamline communication workflows. Twilio offers a pay-as-you-go pricing model, so developers and businesses only pay for what they use. Here are some of products that Twilio offers. So what is Twilio Conversation? Twilio Conversation is a feature of Twilio platform that allows developers to easily build and manage real-time conversation across multiple channels such as SMS, MMS, WhatsApp, and web chat. With Twilio Conversations, developers can create a centralized conversation hub for their users where they can communicate across different channels, devices, and applications. That means that user can seamlessly switch between channels during conversation, and developers can manage all the conversations in one place. Twilio Conversations also allows also provides a set of APIs and SDKs that developers can use to customize and extend the functionality of their conversations. They can add features such as messaging reaction, typing indicators, message threading, and read receipts to create more engaging and interactive conversation. In addition, Twilio Conversation provides built-in security features such as end-to-end encryption, user authentication, and authorization, which helps ensure that the conversations are secure and private. This makes it an ideal solution for businesses that require secure and reliable communication solutions for their customers. There are several reasons why developers and businesses may choose to use Twilio Conversations. Twilio Conversation allows developers to create conversations that can take places across multiple channels, including SMS, MMS, WhatsApp, and web chat. This means that users can communicate with each other seamlessly, regardless of channels they are using. Twilio Conversation provides a centralized conversation hub where developers can manage all the conversations in one place. Means that they can easily track and manage conversation across multiple channels, devices, and applications. Twilio Connection provides a set of APIs and SDKs that developers can use to customize and extend the functionality of their conversation. This allows them to add features such as messaging reaction, typing indicators, message threading, which can make conversations more engaging and interactive. Twilio Conversation provides a built-in security features such as end-to-end encryption, authentication, and authorization, which helps ensure conversations are secure and private. This is important for businesses that need to protect sensitive information and maintain user trust. Twilio Conversations offers a pay-as-you-go pricing model, which means that businesses only pay for conversations they create and the messaging they send. This can be more cost-effective than building and managing a custom communication infrastructure. Overall, Twilio Conversation is a powerful and flexible communication solution that can help businesses of all sizes to build secure, engaging, and multi-channel conversations for their customers. Creating a Twilio account is a straightforward process. Here are some general steps. Go to the Twilio website and click on the sign up button. In this top right corner of the page, you see the sign up button. Enter your email address, a password, and your name to create a new account. Verify your email address by clicking on the verification link in the email that Twilio sends you. Once you verified your email, you will be prompted to provide more information about yourself and your use cases for Twilio. You will need to provide a valid phone number and credit card information. After you complete the onboarding process, you will be able to access your Twilio account on dashboard, where you can start building and testing your communication applications. Note that Twilio requires a valid phone number and credit card information to verify your identity and prevent fraud. You will not you will not be charged until you start using Twilio paid services. Twilio offers a free trial with limited amount of credit to help you test and build your application. Once you used up your trial credit, you can add more credit to your account to continue using Twilio services. Setting up a chat service in the Twilio consoles involves several steps. First, you have to log in to your Twilio console at twilio.com/console. Click on the programmable chat link in the left-hand navigation menu. Click on the Create a Service button to create a new chat service. Then enter a name for your chat service and click on the Create button. Once your chat service is created, you will see a list of properties. Here you can configure various settings such as number of messages, retain the maximum number of users, and more. Click on the API keys link in the left-hand navigation menu to generate a set of API keys that your application will use to access the chat service. Create Click on the Create API Key button, enter a name for your key, and select the appropriate chat service. Once your API key is created, you will be able to view the copy the key and secret. Be sure that to store this information securely, as it will require your application to access the chat service. Now that you have created the chat service and API key, you can start building the chat application using the Twilio programmable Chat API. You can find the documentation and sample code into the Twilio documentation. Note that there are several other features, settings, and configurations you may want to consider when setting up the Twilio chat service, such as channel and user management, message history, and more. Be sure to review the Twilio documentation for more information on this topic. Next, there is configuration access token for iOS app. To configure Twilio access token for your iOS app, you will need to perform the following steps. First of all, you have to generate access token from the Twilio console. This can be done by navigating to the programmable chat section of the console and click on the Generate API Key button. Specify the necessary scope for your access token. This scope defines that permission that your iOS app will have to access the Twilio chat service. For example, you may need to specify the send message and read message scopes. You have generated your access token, you will need to pass it to your iOS app. One common approach is to store the access token on the server and provide the API that your iOS app can use to retrieve the access token when needed. Alternatively, you can generate the access token directly into your iOS app by making a request to the Twilio API. Once your app has retrieved the access token, you will need to initialize the Twilio chat client with the token. This can be done using Twilio Chat Clients SDK, which provides a simple API for connecting to your Twilio chat services. Once the chat client is connected, you can use it to create and manage chat channels, send and receive messages, and perform other chat-related tasks within your iOS app. Overall, configuring the Twilio Access token for your iOS app involves generating tokens, specifying the necessary scopes, passing the token to your app, and initialize the Twilio chat client with the token. By following these steps, you can easily integrate Twilio chat functionality into your iOS app. Now I will hand it over to Ajit. He will explain integrating Twilio chat into an iOS app and customizing UI.
Thank you, Himesh. Good morning, everyone. I'm Ajit Pandit, working as an iOS developer, and I will proceed from here. Now I will discuss about integrating Twilio chat in an iOS Swift app. First, we will look at installing the Twilio chat SDK. There are multiple ways to integrate Twilio chat SDK into iOS projects. Following are the options. By using Swift Package Manager, you can directly integrate it with a single URL. Using Coca ports. For this, Twilio chat client need to be added in pod file. Next, you can also use Cartes for the integration. That's it. You have now installed the Twilio chat SDK using your preferred choice and can start building chat features in your iOS app. Next, we will discuss on initializing the SDK with an access token. To initialize the Twilio Conversation SDK with an access token, you need to perform the following steps. First, you will need to generate an access token from the Twilio console. This can be done by navigating to the programmable chat section of the console, clicking on the Create API key button and selecting the appropriate chat service. Once you have generated your access token, you can pass it to the Twilio Conversation SDK when initializing it. In your iOS app code, import the Twilio Conversation Client framework and create an instance of the Twilio Conversation Client objects. Call the update token method on the Twilio Conversation Client object, passing it the access token as a string. Once the access token has been added, you can connect to the Twilio Conversation service by calling the connect method on the Twilio Conversation client object. Here is some sample code to initialize the Twilio Conversation SDK with an access token. So in this example, token should be replaced with the access token string you generated in step 1. Once the access token is updated and the connect method is called, you can use the conversation client object to create and manage that chat channel, send and receive messages, and perform other chat related tasks within your iOS app. Now we will move to creating and joining conversation channel. To create and join Twilio Conversation channel, you can use the Twilio Conversation client object in your app. Here is an example of how to create channel. So here is the example how to join a channel. In this example, we are creating a public channel with a unique name. You can customize the channel options as needed. And you can also create private and direct message channels by setting up the type of to the dot private or dot sheets. Once the channel has been created, you can use the join method to join the channel. This method takes a completion handler that will call when the join operation is complete. If the operation is successful, you can perform actions within the channel, such as sending and receiving messages. Note that you will need to have a valid access token and be connected to the Twilio Conversation service before you can create and join channel. You can initialize the Twilio Conversation client object and connect to the service as described previously. Now we will move to sending and receiving messages in conversation channel. Using TCS channel object in your iOS app, here is an example of how to send and receive messages in a channel. So this is the example code, and in this example, we are assuming you already have a reference to the channel you want to send or receive messages. You can get a reference to the channel using the channel list method on the Twilio Conversation client object, which returns a list of channels that you have searched through to find the one you want. To send a message in the channel, you can call the send message method on the TCS message object, passing it the text of the message as a string. This method takes a completion handler that will be called when the message is sent. If the operation is successful, you can perform actions within the channel, such as displaying the message in the user interface. To receive messages in the channel, you can call the subscribe method on the TCS message object. This method takes a completion handler that will be called each time a new message is received in the channel. If the operation is successful, you can perform actions within the channel, such as displaying the new message in the user interface. Now we will move to customizing Twilio Chat in an iOS app. So first, adding custom user properties. You can add custom user properties to a Twilio Conversation user in your iOS app by setting the attributes property of the TCS user descriptor object when user. Next, customizing the chat UI. The Twilio Conversation SDK provides several customization options for the chat UI, which you can use to style the chat interface and add custom functionality. To achieve that, install and import the Twilio Conversation UI module in your project, or you can use native objects and customize as per your preference. Now we will move to adding push notification for incoming messages. To receive push notification for incoming messages in your Twilio Conversation iOS app, you will need to set up your Twilio account. your server-side application and your iOS client application to work with push notification. Here are general steps. Set up push notification on the Twilio console by configuring an APN key, certificate, and token. Make sure to enable push notification for the conversation service. Configure your server-side application to push notification to the APN service. Configure your iOS client application to register for push notification and receive them. To do this, you will need to do the following. Request permission to send notifications, register for remote notifications, implement the UN user notification center delegate protocol to handle incoming notifications and display them to the user. Call the Twilio conversation client dot register method to register your device with the Twilio conversation service. Handle incoming notification and open the chat view when the user taps on the notification. Next, we will move to implementing read receipt and typing indicators. To implement read receipt and typing indicators for the Twilio conversation in your iOS app using Swift, you can use the Twilio conversation SDK. Here are some general steps. Add a delegate to your view controller and confirm to the TCS channel delegates protocol. Implement the on member added method in your delegate to add the current user as a member of the channel and set delegate for the channel. Implement the on message added method in your delegate to handle incoming message. In this method, you can check the message author and add a read receipt for the message if it was sent by other user. Implement the on typing started and on typing ended method in your delegate to handle typing indicators. In these methods, you can show or hide a typing indicators for the users who is currently typing. Now I will hand over to Himesh. He will explain case studies and example of successful Twilio conversation integration. Himesh, you can continue now.
Okay. So there are many successful integration of the Twilio conversion in an iOS app across various industries. Here are a few examples. Robinhood is a popular investment app that uses Twilio conversions to provide real-time customer support to its users. Then we have Headspace. It is a meditation and mindfulness app that uses Twilio conversions to provide users to chat with meditation coaches. Care of. It is a health and wellness company that offers personalized vitamins and supplements recommendations. Instacart is a popular grocery delivery app that uses Twilio conversions to enable real-time communication platform between shoppers and customers. These are just a few examples of how Twilio conversions has been successfully integrated into an iOS app. By enabling real-time communication and support, Twilio conversions helps improve the user experience and build stronger relationships with customers. We have created a small demo to give you a basic idea about Twilio conversations. You can see the chat page with a text box to write the message. First, we'll send the test message from the user at the other side. We have successfully sent the message, and now user from the other side will send a hyperlink to us. Here's a hyperlink which is clickable, and when you click on the hyperlink, it will redirect it to the browser. Here you can see the website that is redirected from the chat. Now, getting back to our chat app, we'll have the attachment button at the bottom left side, where we have options for sharing documents and photos. From here, we are going to send a document. By clicking this document, we can see the preview. First, it will download the document and we can see the preview. On the top right corner, we have download button where it opens the share sheet where you can save the file or use another sharing options. The chat bubble also have download button right from the chat bubble, so you can use all the sharing actions from here. Now we'll use photos option to send a photo. You can edit the photo before sending. Here is a photo uh, with a preview, and we can also move this photo around with your fingertip or pinch in to zoom it. Here we also have a share button that has the same action as PDF document. We can save the image or share it. Next, user from the other side will send us a GIF image. We can see that GIF is already playing, and we can see the preview. We can also have same share functionalities here. Then here is a media page where you can see all the received images and the same actions in the where we see on the chat bubble. We will also see that user has sent us the document. By clicking this document, we can see the preview of this page and has same functionalities as sharing. Also has the download button as our sending side chat. So that was the small demo of our chat app. Now we'll move to the discussion of the challenges we faced and how they were overcome. Implementing the Twilio Conversations in an iOS app using the Swift channel uh, can present a few challenges. Here are some of the common challenges developers may face and some possible solutions to overcome them. Token management. One of the challenges of implementing Twilio Conversation in an iOS app is implementing access token or manage it. Access tokens are required to authenticate users and enable them to join a conversation. Developers need to generate access token on the server side and send them to the client side. A possible solution is to use a third-party service such as Firebase to manage the access token and provide a real-time updates to the client side. Second one is customizing the UI. While Twilio Conversation provides a default UI for the chat window, it may not always match the app's visual design. Customizing the UI requires a modifying source code of the Twilio Conversations SDK. A possible solution is to create a custom view that conforms to the Conversations delegate method and provides a custom UI element such as custom chat bubbles, colors, and fonts. These are just a few. These are just a couple of examples of how challenges may occur when the developers implement the Twilio conversations in an iOS app. By understanding these challenges, implementing possible solutions, developers can create a seamless chat experience and enhances the user experience and builds a stronger relationships with customers. Here are some of the conversion plans based on their pricing model. You can see that it is very cost effective. Ajit, you may continue from here.
Sure, Imesh. So now we will move to conclusion. So the presentation covered a variety of topics related to implementing Twilio conversation in an iOS app. Some of the key points we covered today are an overview of Twilio conversation and its benefits, setting up a Twilio account and creating a chat service in the Twilio console, configuring Twilio access tokens for the iOS app, installing the Twilio Chat SDK using Coca ports, initializing the SDK with an access token, creating and joining Twilio Conversation channel, sending and receiving messages in Twilio Conversation channel, adding customer user properties and customizing the UI, implementing push notification for incoming messages, implementing read receipt and typing indicators. Examples of successful Twilio conversation integrations in iOS app, challenges faced and possible solution for implementing Twilio conversation in an iOS app. So overall, the presentation aimed to provide developers with the knowledge and skills necessary to implement Twilio conversation in an iOS app and to overcome the challenges that may arise during the process. In conclusion, Twilio Conversation is a powerful tool that can enhance the user experience and improve customer engagement in an iOS app. The Twilio Conversation SDK provides developers with the tool necessary to create a seamless chat experience that integrates with the existing user management system, support customer user properties and UI element, and provides features such as push notification, read receipt, and typing indicators. However, implementing Twilio Conversation in an iOS app using Swift can present some challenges such as token management, customizing the UI, and integrating with existing user management system. So it is important for developer to understand these challenges and explore possible solutions such as using third-party service like Firebase to manage access token and push notification, and Twilio functions to implement read receipt and typing indicators. To ensure a successful integration of Twilio Conversation in an iOS app, it is important. It is also recommended that developers follow best practice for software development, such as testing the app thoroughly, following Apple's guidelines for UI and user experience, and providing excellent customer support. So overall, by following these recommendations and investing the necessary time and resources, developers can create a chat experience that enhances the user experience, improves customer engagement, and builds stronger relationship with customer. So now we will move to resources. Twilio provides a comprehensive set of documentation and support resources for Twilio Chat, which can help developers get started with the SDK and troubleshoot any issues they encounter. Here are some key resources. So overall, Twilio provides a robust set of resources for developers to get started with Twilio Chat, as well as ongoing support and guidance to ensure that their integration are successful. So that's all about Twilio Conversation. If you have come up with any doubts, any questions, so you can ask here.